Greetings, hello, and welcome back. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm ImperialJedi, time for another episode. And actually, a fun episode for today, because it's going to be the start of a little bit of comparison. So what I want to do, I think we were talking about this in the last episode, is I want to try running kind of like a bike path up through here. And I'd also like to simultaneously run like a walking path, and make that one kind of like zigzag and kind of crazy. And then what's really cool is we've got the DLC, the new Parklife DLC coming out later this month. And with that, so like in a nutshell, with that, what you'll be able to do is you're going to get some new district tools, and you'll be able to overlap districts, and you can basically create your own park district over top of pre-existing ones. Like, I'm extraordinarily excited about this. I'm sure you can tell my voice right now. So I want to see what it looks like, but kind of before and after. And what's really cool too is we're going to get a whole bunch of new props, some new buildings. We can create our own like new walking paths and stuff. So I mean, really, it's very much a game changer. So we'll start it off and see what it looks like, just kind of au naturel, vanilla as it is now, and then we'll see what it looks like. Yeah, when the new Parklife DLC comes out. So that's just a few weeks away, and what we'll do is just revisit this area and then just kind of revamp it. And I think it'll be kind of fun to do before and after. So this is the before. Very charming, right? The before, I guess, because it's gonna get changed and then changed again. But yeah, I mean, the goal really is just to kind of connect the top deck here with the lower deck. All right, well let's give it a try. And I think ideally I want to do as little terraforming as possible here. So I guess we'll just start off by bringing our bike ramp up. There's got a fair amount of distance to climb here, but we're doing it at a, you know, not too much of a steep slope here, right?
We are the law accountant. The law accounting.
This is one of my favorite commercials.
Are we lawyers? Are we accountants? Well, it's a complicated question.
I don't really need this, but it'd be nice to maybe fill that in a bit. Yeah, that's nicer. Alright, yeah, so bikes come in, we've got some connection over here. They'll use this crosswalk, I think, to enter the little bike pathway up here. We'll sneak this around.
That's life advice. In fact, we're legally barred from providing legal advice. The law accounting.
Try and keep a little bit of symmetry here.
Unlicensed since 2005.
New apparel. Italian leather. Italian threading.
Alright, looks like our posts don't really want to interact too well with that, so I'm just going too far out here. Okay, that's alright. So what I'm trying to do is just kind of get to the ground level of this without making it too insanely steep at any particular point.
I'm
trying to think of something that I would realistically bike in real life, and I'm not really an avid biker, so I wouldn't want anything that's too discouraging. That's alright. Actually might be a kind of a fun view here. Definitely wear a helmet, but on your way down, that might be a lot of fun as well. Not too steep. I don't think you'd get too out of control with your speed. I think you have opportunities to still kind of do some ample braking, but man, that'd be kind of fun, I think. Alright, so let's take this up here. And I kind of had a fun idea for towards the top of the hill. Maybe we can integrate like a little tunnel and then pop in maybe around here or something. Or this part of the... Actually, no, the walking path can probably connect over here. And then we'll have the bike path come in over here. And then we'll change a little bit of this road structure around to include some bike paths. Oh, and just before I forget, I actually changed a few things around here. I was just watching traffic again. And what I actually did over here was asymmetrical road. So we allow one lane in, 2 lanes out. A little bit faster, I think. And it did just allow a little bit more traffic through here, so actually effectively cleared that backlog. And I think I did a few other little random things. Actually, one more thing I want to show you is I'm getting myself set up, because I've actually had quite a few of you ask for some more intersections be built, like highway ones and just grandiose ones connecting to the highway. So I've got something set up over here. I've got these roads already lined up. I don't even know what street I use, but they're lined up with something. Which one is it? I honestly don't remember, but I lined them up with a road that made sense in my mind when I did it, so hopefully it'll have some nice symmetry, but we'll connect this up with a fun interchange over here, and then when we get the tile for it, we'll rebuild and, you know, exchange, and redo this interchange, sorry. But a lot of fun ideas here, and I'm really excited to get the monorail going. We're going to come back to the schools soon, so man, oh man, so much to do. Okay. Getting so distracted. And quite a few have been asking for just metro and a few just like, you know, generic public transportation kind of things. So, I mean, I just feel like there's so much to do, and I have it all kind of mapped out in my head, and we're going to start tackling it, and I think in a logical order. But definitely keep suggestions coming, guys. I really, 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 really enjoy it. Definitely great to have like a second set of eyes, you know? Or more, because you know how many you are. Alright, well, let's tunnel. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid this kind of stuff here. See how steep that just suddenly became? Oh boy. Okay, so let's get rid of that. And of course we could terraform, but I'm going to try and leave this like as easy to copy as possible, I guess. Oh, and I keep forgetting to say this. Now that I'm uploading the videos, I do have the older episodes as well, still saved, so I gotta go back and upload those to the workshop. But unless you have the same DLC, and I believe like the deluxe copy and stuff, you're just gonna have so many holes in the city itself that I just almost wouldn't recommend downloading it. I mean, you're very welcome to, because you can still fix everything and get it to a working order. Just, I don't know if it's necessarily worth the headache. But with this in mind, the next time I start a city, for the first few episodes especially, I'm going to keep it as like just close to vanilla as possible, like what you would get from just like the base game. So no DLC required, no fancy extras. And that way, yeah, for maybe first 2, 3, 4 episodes, it's like, you know, that could be your starter city, and you guys could just comfortably build whatever you want off of that. All right, so bike connects up here. Let's just do a little zigzagging network through this whole stretch here. Close enough to the park. I do want some parking on the streets, though. I think it looks kind of realistic. The city where I live, like especially near parks, people just, you know, park their car, cruise. Some of them you can leave them overnight. Some of them park until 2 a.m. or whatever. So you're visiting friends. Usually this is where you kind of park in and around there. And of course, if you're going to visit the park and there's no parking lot, where else are you going to park, right? All right. Nice little scenic bike route on the outside here. And then with, you know, parking lots in mind, we probably might benefit from having a few more green kind of commercial zones through here. Just with the off chance of getting some parking lots to spawn. Okay, so we'll just go across with this. And I think, yeah, after consensus, we are going to add a little bit more to this area here. And we're probably going to have another way, I think, to come up to the whole thing. What might end up happening is... Oh, I zoned a little bit off over here, too. A bit of an odd hill right here. 1 second, let's pause that and fix this. Just caught me off guard. But yeah, what I might end up doing is adding 4-way intersection over here, and then maybe doing a little tunnel kind of system coming up to here, and then having kind of a fun, either a roundabout or maybe a little in-town interchange where we have like a partial cloverleaf style setup, and we just link maybe one major road that comes, yeah, maybe from the highway. I think I was making this up as on the fly, but yeah, maybe if we have a highway interchange, road comes in and around up through here, kind of a bigger, wider road. We meet up with that road that comes from here, make ourselves a little fun in-town interchange. And then that can just link up over here, attach some more higher density. Oh, I thought that was a fire. I was like, what? No. But yeah, that sounds like it'd be kind of fun. And then what we can do is sneak the metro in and around through here too, which we're finally going to get to soon. I think I said that a few minutes ago, but I know I've only been adding stations up until now. Okay, back to business. Fix this road, and then let's get back to what we're doing. So I guess a partial tunnel might just make the most sense here. Just kind of hide the fact that it's a little off. Yeah, that's fine. I think we're going to lose these buildings. Georgia, actually, just the one. It's not so bad. Well, I guess 2, but yeah, not so bad. And I think I'm having that same issue again, where some of the content packs are starting to sneak over into vanilla. So some of these, yeah, I don't think they belong, but for the most part, I am still trying to keep this vanilla. And there's been a lot of like back and forth with the conversation in the chat too. And I mean, really, like when mods first started coming out, I was against them. I didn't think the city needed them. But I'll tack on a few, and we'll not overwhelm ourselves. And I'll just kind of talk about the need and, you know, why I'm doing certain mods. And I think you guys might be kind of on board. But like for me, the main reason is like, I just want more space to build on, and I'd like just to have a little bit more options when it comes to trying to do some green stuff, just so that we're on the same page. Anyway, let's just leave this for the moment, but just kind of like a ongoing thought, just to, you know, bring this up and through. And I did buy this tile, so, you know, we're ready for that. But I mean, you know, just put the 9 tiles, right? It's just like, I want to build everywhere. 9 tiles kind of restricts us to more or less this big box here, right? So it's just tough to do the waterfall, tough to get to both shorelines, tough to get to the rail, tough to hit all the highways, so. And I mean, really, we've got all the tiles loaded, we just can't access them, right? So the mod, the 81 tile mod, just lets us go everywhere and just kind of build a bit more. Anyway, I'm getting so far off course here. Let's get back to putting down the bike infrastructure. Okay. I don't know, sometimes show and tell is fun, though. And of course, I do like keeping you guys in on the master plan, as you guys know. Okay. I do want to keep that still, I think, a one-way, in and out like that. That's kind of fun. So why don't we connect this up and over here? And then just to give people the option. The bicyclists will still use the sidewalks and stuff, but just for a little bit of fun, let's just do this too. Even at the expense of a few buildings. I'm such a barbarian. I have so many comments for people who are like new to the channel, and they're like, Imperial, you just love to destroy people's buildings. I guess I do. I have nothing to say against that. Alright, there we go. That's kind of fun. So a little bit of bicycle infrastructure up here. Oops, sorry, pardon me, guys. I've actually had like the worst allergies just this last week or two. It's kind of been like to the point where it's preventing me from recording. So today's like I'm clear enough to give it an attempt. So I might maybe even still sound a little stuffed up. So I'm not sick or anything, just a little. It's allergies, like those commercials always say. So I appreciate the patience. It's not that like it's very frustrating. Anyway, yeah, okay. So we have bicycle lanes. Where I think we're okay with that. I wouldn't mind bringing the bicycle network up to this little hillside thing up here too. Even if it just kind of goes in here, maybe just ends, but. Always fun. It's nice to promote bicycle infrastructure and just bicycling in general. Very healthy alternative. And there's actually some policies you can use. And I still really haven't done too many policies in the districts, or really any. I've had some great suggestions to use some. I think what we'll end up doing is once the districts are a little bit more filled in, and I mean, you can kind of see we've got lots of pockets, right? Once the city's a little bit more filled in, then we'll start putting some down. Because I think, like, cost-wise, you can see we're floating around a positive, negative budget here. I don't really want to implement too much stuff that's going to end up costing too much. That won't really have the best benefit, I guess. I'm trying to do the the hand weighing motion here. I hope that kind of makes sense. But everything's kind of like the return on investment, right? Like we can fix some problems with like better layout and whatnot, right? And maybe putting down some parks to solve problems or whatever, versus having to implement an expensive policy. And then as districts change and stuff too, it's kind of difficult to keep up with that. Okay, anyway, back to this. Getting very distracted today. So I wouldn't mind like a dirt walking path, and let's try and take advantage of the fact that maybe like, this part right here is kind of a bit more level, and they can just walk down this last little stretch. Probably could have done that with the bike lanes as well. Oh, too late. And actually what might be kind of nice is if we have similar path to the bicycle network, which is kind of like a concrete path, like a paved one or whatever, that goes up in that same shape, follows, makes the tunnel, and then we have our own little like hiking kind of walking path that just takes its own little zigzag course and has some scenic outlooks and stuff. And I'm very, very, very excited for some new props and tools and stuff to use when the new DLC comes out. And what we'll effectively be able to do is just kind of get like a boost, like an actual park from doing this, and we get rewarded for having prop diversity. So if we use a lot of like benches and trees and like gazebos and just more stuff like that, we'll have a better park with more of an impact. And we can assign like walking tours through here. So if you're a tourist and you're looking for something to do, it's like a scenic lookout. I'm not opposed to coming out in the same, my voice cracks. I'm not opposed to coming out in the same, same area here. Puberty 2.0. You guys can like, people who have allergies can totally understand, right? It's just been a really bad season so far. And, I mean, when you have allergies, I mean, it just feels like you're on your deathbed. So I just have not really been in the mood to record. And I've tried, I've just sound so stuffed up and just been like, sneezing or just suddenly got into like, like like a bout of it. So there we go. Oh, what's happening here? Let's try it a little bit again. Oh, interesting. What if we don't connect them? Get really close. No. Oh, that works too. And then, not that anyone would walk on this, but can we maybe get something in between? No, I think it's too close. Nope. Trees, though, we could do. I just love the color of these, so we'll put a row of those down. Keep people from bicycling into the pedestrian pathway anyhow. Yeah, that's totally fine. And then I think we could probably do maybe a line of some bushes or lower trees in between the two. So let's get some of these out of the way. These would be a little bit dangerous in real life. In case you're going a little bit too fast, you don't want to go full speed into a tree trunk. Actually, those could probably stay. So let me do a better job of lining the walking path so we get some shade. And then, of course, this is like well lit. You know, it's like if you're just going for a nice little run or whatever at night, super safe. Whereas the adventurous type can take the hiking path. Maybe if you're not worried about twisted ankle or anything, you can go off course, off country, as it were. And we'll have a few connection points. Some nice little lookouts too. We'll do the connections after. Alright, here's where things get crazy. What are we gonna do with this part? You know what, to be honest, the hill might be a little bit too steep to really do anything. Yeah, let's just connect. Let's just get back in like that. Not as daring as I thought it was going to be, but not too bad. I think steepness-wise, that's probably a no-go. And just for simplicity, I've taken off all the snapping, so we just got a little bit more free flow through here. I'm not really worried about, you know, stuff lining up too well. That's a bit better. Yeah, okay, that's kind of fun. And like I said, maybe just a few more connections. Yeah, I think maybe one more. All right, there we go. So I think just some trees maybe fill this in a little bit better, but it's kind of the gist of it right here. That's kind of neat. I like this a lot. I like how it transitions to having the railing here too for the added safety barrier. I think what we could probably do is maybe put like an oversized rock. I know it sounds a little preposterous, but just as kind of like I want to say a fail-safe measure, but you know, something to kind of stop you from driving up and over the edge right here. I think I would realistically find a better approach, but because we're in vanilla, we're a little limited. And we'll put the trees down after, of course. They're the most unsafe safety barrier. That's too big. I think those couple ones are okay. There you go. Some trees to break the fall first. Not too bad. Alright, so let's use some of these taller ones, since that was the kind of motif for this. I think, I was saying I do want to keep kind of like a spacing in between them. so that if you're going downhill, you lose control, you don't really crash into a tree trunk and, you know, knock yourself out or whatever. So maybe some smaller ones here, but I do want something that kind of offers some shade. No, you know, let's just go for the tall. Let's just do it. I imagine in like real life you might maybe have like a little wooden fence or something to kind of protect the bicyclists. But at the same time, it's not too steep, so you shouldn't be building up too much speed. I think I'm worried a little bit too much about this. A lot of different heights here, but that's okay. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Kind of blends in nicely. And yeah, so when it comes time for the new DLC, we'll add some props, add the walking path, we'll change it around, make it into the national park, and then we'll see what kind of boost it does to the city. And I'm going to put it on 3 speed. I'm just curious to see if anyone... Right away, people are using it. Fantastic. Oh, man. So not that traffic was bad or anything going up to the hill, but this will definitely help out. I mean, already that's like 5, 10, 15 cars off the road, right? Cool. And then there might not be too many people using the walking path just yet, but when the new DLC comes out, we can kind of force them over to there. Yeah, look at this, eh? Nice. Bicycle infrastructure for the win. Okay, so we got some time left. Let's try and tack on some more neighborhoods and just really push for some more population growth. And, you know, I was just kind of saying earlier, we've got a lot of pockets open. Since we've got new DLC and new stuff coming out, we're probably going to implement those, you know, some of that stuff in those areas there. And I was talking, you know, a few episodes ago about doing like a monorail and like that kind of stuff, and we have like trains and everything. So I might maybe try and sneak a train line in through here. Maybe have a train station in the foothills here. So if you're like coming from out of town, you want to visit our like massive national park or whatever, you've got your, you know, outside connection. And then we can switch over to monorail, which maybe makes its way through here, goes up to the hill, down to the university campus, stops around. So we have to make like a high-tech industrial park too. That's all like green buildings and stuff, right? So oh my goodness, there's so much to do. I just get so excited when I look at the city like this. Anyway, so let's tack on some people over here. Try and get some more people using the transit network. And I have my little setup here from we were doing some demos. Maybe try and keep that. And just so that we're not like a perfect, what is the word I'm looking for here? Grid over in this spot. It's kind of fun to have those two meet. Yeah, I think just for the sake of maybe some safety here, let's throw down some stop signs. And we'll give the one-way streets the priority. We'll tell them not to stop. They just keep on doing their thing. That way we can zone off here, get some, you know, vehicles turning around. They don't have to go too far if they want to just maybe sneak around the corner. And then just to maybe cut back on how many intersections we have through here, let's try and connect this to the side roads instead of going in and doing another intersection here. I say that, I might need to do that over here though. What we could try and do is maybe, we were talking about maybe, you know, making this into the one-way corridor stretch that we had done similar to this spot. Why don't we try that over here too? Alright, how do we do that before? So we had a one-way road going in. We had it this type of road here, so the cars can make the right-hand turn. And then we had a one-way road that was leaving afterwards. And we can maybe go a little bit further if we want to. Cool. The Mars official radio with me, and then tram only for that part. So not the biggest, but just another little stretch. Why the heck not, right? And we can probably get, I think, another one over here. So we can do maybe that. I don't like that little bump.
No, but I've noticed that my musical tastes have transformed. On Earth,
Yeah, that's
I
okay.
used to
It's
listen
still a
to
little
rock
bump, but not too
almost
bad.
exclusively.
And then
After I landed on Mars, my musical preferences have slowly gravitated towards the works of Mozart and Haydn. Now I can't stand Baroque music at all.
yeah, same
I have
idea. It would
no
be so much better if it
explanation
was
for
on
this
a
phenomenon. Take care, Daniel.
flat surface, but that's okay.
Daniel, that does sound like a similar experience. I'll have to investigate this further. In the meantime, more music.
I think just for simplicity, because it's not a very long street, let's just do that as a one-way little corridor like that. And perhaps, I don't know if this is crazy. A little crazy. Maybe asymmetrical. Just hoping to get the extra lane through there, but I think that's okay. The only downside is traffic has to cross, but you know, it's just local traffic. Not too many people will be going through here. I think we're okay. And then this becomes that. So forces cars to go in, make the little one-way turn. They can't go straight. Only transit vehicles can go straight. God, I love the idea of this. And really, like I'm like every once in a while, I'll drive down King Street when I have the chance to, and I'll just take it for the one little block. And like when I would drive it like last year and stuff, you could not really get too far too fast, especially if you're on a transit vehicle. Now, when I get my little one block, when I turn and I'm looking down the street, you can literally see like for what feels like kilometers. Whereas before, it was just a wall of traffic. So it is absolutely insane how much better it is. It has gotten so much faster that they're now able to add more streetcars. And so it's just, that is the choice now for cut and cross the city. So job well done. I really hope you guys are trying this out in your own cities. Okay. Oh, hello. Nice little pleasant surprise. We're able to make our way up through here. Why don't we just do a better job of engineering that? Maybe the hill will look a little bit smoother. Not quite, but I think that if we make this into a partial bridge, we'll get... Oh, yeah. We'll get the desired effect here. Not quite. Getting there, though. I wish this game had like a smooth command in between like the nodes or the junctions. All right, what's the way to tackle this? Maybe a partial tunnel. Slope too steep. Well, sometimes the game just has a good sense of humor. No. All right, I guess bridge is the only way. Maybe give ourselves a little bit more room to work with here. And the fact that that's not going straight. Well, we're almost there. Almost there. Still not quite what I'm after. I'm not really sure how to get that any better, per se. You know, let's just leave it like that. We're able to get a little bit more zoning in. I don't think we're really going to get anything too much nicer. I don't even need to connect this realistically. Why don't we just do that instead? Force people through there. Yeah, why don't we just do that? And how would this look? Oh, wow, does that even... Wow. That looks good, is what that looks like. There you go, problem solved. Oh, wait, no, that's not problem solved. Oh, goodness. Ah, darn it. A for effort. B minus for execution, though. These slopes, they're a fun challenge to work with, but you just gotta hit them on the right angle to get everything to kind of look nice. That's better, right? That'll look kind of cool too if we get some buildings tiered in through here. All right, so not to neglect any bicycle infrastructure or any of that kind of stuff. So let's keep that going through here. I think we'll probably end up doing a few more stretches like this, just so we can still make the tram kind of king right through here. So we need that one and these two. I mean, that way we're taking advantage of the zoning squares. We're able to get transit through here. We're separated from a bigger road. So I mean, I just really like the way this neighborhood's kind of coming together. So we know we can support the density. So why don't we throw down some tall buildings right here? Let's give them nearby shopping along this major stretch right there. Let's let some lucky people work really, really close to home too. That'll cut back on traffic altogether. And then we'll use the rest of this as just some area for, what is it called? Just housing. And probably want to bring some services and utilities in here before our people move out. That might help. Okay. How far away are we from power? Not too far. I think for fun, we can maybe do that. They are a little noisy, so let's not go too crazy. Let's just bring the pipes in. There might be enough buildings that that come in just to connect that power zone on its own, which is why I didn't make that any closer. Also the noise factor, but... But alas, that did not work. I don't know what I'm doing here with the pipes, but that's okay. Luckily they're underground, right? Oh, of course, I didn't zone here. Duh. So let me do some commercial here. That'll connect our dots. Perfect. Let's look at our noise barrier. Yeah, so, I mean, really, we could benefit from, like, a little business park here with some, like, plazas. That'll help boost land value. And I think a fun way to deal with the noise, too. So maybe one of those. Little one-way web through here. And instead of the single row of zoning, let's put down the dirt path like that, because it looks nice alongside the road. And we'll try for another plaza in here too. Cool. A little bit of a sound barrier. Add some more green energy. I like that too. And just, yeah, a little bit of a quick rundown of some services here. And I wouldn't mind... I think this should maybe be a one-way treed street going that way. Just for fun. And then maybe this can be asymmetrical. So that people can cut through, I guess. Keep that that going along. Yep, that's fine with me. Okay, so some housing. Yeah, a lot of YouTube comments will come in, because what I do is I'll zone the housing and stuff first, then I go in and put the services after, so all these homes just get destroyed, right? That's like the impression I give to all our new viewers. I'm some barbarian. When it's not true. I mean well. I should just really rethink the order in which I play stuff, I guess. Why? Oh, who knows, just for fun like that. That's nicer. Okay, so let's do a little bit more zoning here, and then we'll put down our services, and I think we'll call an episode. No, I think we'll check back on the park too before everything's said and done. I know we're zoning off that roundabout, but I just want to see how that looks before I abandon that idea. A lot of on-street parking issues over here. So I think same idea. What we'll probably end up doing is like district, making the commercial area here into the green buildings, You know, why don't we have maybe one little stretch of the residential be like that too? And then just for fun, maybe sneak over here and get a pocket of our residential as well. And then we'll continue to zone on both sides. And then that way, when the, all the buildings come in, we'll have, I think, a fun mix here. This is just kind of being lazy. We'll fill that in a little bit better. But get back to our districts. So I want green, and I want local produce. Cool. And that'll help us get some more parking lots in place, which I think should deal a little bit more nicely with the on-street parking. And should just give it a little bit more of a feel for, yeah, I think that city realism. Because parking lots are everywhere. I always find that. Or, well, I always find that it's hard to find parking. There should be more parking lots. Okay, quick rundown on services. So just get a school in over here. Nice. Let's kind of stick to our trend of doing a little basketball court with the high school. A little bit big for that park. Actually, we could do this playground with the elementary school. We should be doing that more often. Hey now. Yeah, we should totally be doing that more often. When I was a kid, if we had a bouncy castle at school, man. Just saying. So let's just do that too, okay? And that's nice. Okay, so schools are good. That's high school and our elementary. Let's get a fire station in over here. Rumor has it we're famous for fires. Not sure where that rumor came from, but I believe there is some truth to that. You know, why don't we have this right before the roundabout? That way they can kind of pick and choose where they want to go. A little bit easier to access more parts of the city. I saw some garbage icons earlier. I don't think I'm going to stress too much about that because the long-term plan is to get the highway connection in through here. As long as we have, when we move this industrial zone, a lot of garbage pickup off the highway, realistically the garbage trucks will come on down. So I think we're okay for that for the moment. We'll, keep an eye on it, but don't want that to be, an eyesore or anything. Power, that's a problem, but one second there. Death care. Help bridge the power as well. I wouldn't mind actually putting down a bigger hospital, especially since we're having a lot of high density mixed in through here. That could look kind of nice, especially with the houses on the one side, tall buildings on the other. Kind of a cool little height boundary thing here. And I would say definitely a park behind the hospital would be nice. Dog park. A little big. Let's move that over and do our own pathway. Don't want to get too far away on time here. I started this game, you just feel like you can go on forever. Love that fact. All right, well, friends, let's wrap this up right here. Let's go take a quick look at the hillside park. I know we got some more services drop down. We'll come back to this. Let this fill in. We'll get the transit routes going. Get people in and around here, this hub. Get some metro in place. Get them further into the city. Do some more shopping and working. Try and clear this backlog of traffic. It's coming together though. And then who's using this? What's happening over here? Let's put down at 1 speed. So definitely a lot of bicyclists. That's great. As suspected, no one really brave enough to take a walk up through here. Might be a little bit of a detour. Anybody? No, but that's okay. We'll try and get some people in there when the new DLC comes out. Well, I hope you guys don't mind the inadvertently long episode. I'm going to try and maybe keep these a little bit more to 30 minutes, and of course if I just get my upload frequency a little bit better, that'll help too. But, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, I'm just kind of stuck in that weird middle ground where I do want to do this full time. There's just not quite enough, coming from this to be able to comfortably do that just yet. But the second I'm able to, I promise, guys, there'll be, videos galore, and you guys will get, not sick of me, but you'll be like, oh, Imperial, slow down, man, I can't keep up. So it'll happen soon, I promise, guys. Until then, I really do appreciate the patience. I'm still having a lot of fun with this. I'm definitely not done or anything like that. And I do live stream a lot too, so check out Twitch. Hang out more often. And yeah, we have a Discord as well, so we can keep up And yeah, let's show you pictures of your pets and stuff. All right, that's it. I will see you guys in the next episode. City's looking great. I'm really looking forward to just the future of it. Finally getting rid of that zone, beefing up our forest over here. You know, pumping out some more residential zones. I mean, look how well that just filled in really quickly, right? So we'll continue our our transit corridor thoughts through there, keeping the one-way stretches going, letting traffic do its thing, keeping transit as king. Anyway, I'll see you guys again. Thanks for everything. Drop me a comment. Let me know how you're doing. Hope you're having a great spring and early start to the summer. And yeah, I hope you're looking forward to the DLC. All right, guys, happy building. All the best.